Hey, Jim Parquet here with VPX Baseball, and today I want to get into a little more of your separation and spread and how to fine-tune it so that you can become an impact hitter, right? As a former major league pitcher, most people are like, you don't know hitting or you don't know how to teach hitting, and I have to laugh because at the end of the day, I'm telling you, that's the reason why I was a major league pitcher, because I understood hitting to the T, so therefore I could stay one step ahead of you. Whether it's you're blowing open and showing me you've got a hole on the outside or inside, and your tendencies and those kinds of things, I had to be very cerebral as well as understand the swing and all the things that you're doing in reacting to my pitches in order to understand how to not give you your pitch in that next one, right? Keeps me in the ball game, puts wins in the column. So today we're going to talk about separation, spread, and kind of how to improve it even more, right? When I'm when I'm on a big league mound or was on a big league mound, and I'm in the order, part of the orders where it's more of the slappy kind of guys, or maybe they might have a little gap to gap power. I'm seeing more of this, right? Very short depth coming at me when I throw my pitch, and I'm seeing very, very little separation. Now, this right here, when I'm talking, isn't it's really big separation and spread compared to youth, but for the big league level, it's about like that. That's kind of what I see, okay? Now, when I get into the heart of the order, the big donkeys that are supposed to put the ball into the stands and can really blow the game open and hurt me, I see you coming at me big time. Like every time I come down and I throw a pitch, I'm seeing you forcefully coming at me, right? The guys who build their game around speed and maybe limited power, I'm still seeing you come at me, but it's quicker. It's a little quicker, right? It's almost as big, but it's just quicker and stronger, okay? So separation is a big part of what you're gonna have to do, and we're gonna come on over here. We're gonna get on the side first. We're gonna talk about this, okay? So check out our other videos on separation and spread to kind of get an understanding of the definition of it and kind of how to work through it. But at the end of the day, bigger separation and spread, right? Same thing. Bigger separation and spread means earlier slotting, matching launch angle, and your barrel gets in the zone earlier and keeps you there longer, which is the number one thing that great hitters have or trying to accomplish. No matter what they're doing, everything is geared towards plate coverage, fellas, right? People, it's plate coverage. It's not mechanics. It's not trying to just get a base hit or that kind of stuff. It's plate coverage. If I have great plate coverage, I'm a great hitter. Now, plate coverage is in two aspects. Balance, right? Outside, inside, right? Boom, boom, boom. Us pitchers can get you this way. We call that the bowling effect, right? We're bowling you around. Or timing, which is forward to back. Now, for you, which one do you think is is harder to hit or defend against? It's the timing, right? Fastball change, fastball curve. It's the velocity difference, right? That's what gets hitters off balance. And they counteract that by having more separation, because the bigger the separation, the longer I can keep my hands back, right? See this a lot. Boom, my hands are back. This guy right here, thanks for being in the lineup. You're a stat pattern, okay? If I have a pitch out here, okay, here's my fastball. This is a $10 million pitch. I say it all the time in all our videos. You hit this into the stands at the big league level, you make $10 million. If you just get base hits, you don't make $10 million. You might have a job, but you don't make $10 million. We're trying to create an impact hitter who can drive this pitch at the youth, high school, college, and pro levels, right? How do I do that? It's real simple. Big separation. Now I can hit the ball that way with power. I can hit it this way, or I can hit it that way, right? And what we're gonna do with this is create a arm that is not barred, but it's longer. We're gonna be able to have more hip linear drive degrees by having bigger separation, okay? I can do this more, and what it does is it gets my front foot into the ground, or gives me a better chance to get my front heel into the ground, right? So if I hit here, a small separation, I'm gonna show you here, right? Here's small separation on that pitch, okay? Small, right? The cage bomber lifestyle here. Ground ball, if I pull it, right? And then the coaches always tell you in youth baseball, no, you got to put that thing deeper, right? You got to hit it back here, Johnny. Great. Yeah, you can hit it back there, but you're not going to do much damage with that because you're always either playing into my routine as a pitcher, which is to hit the ball where I pitch it. Great, hit the ball where I pitch it. You're going to get me once, you might get me twice, but you're not going to do damage with me because you can't do much with this. And then as you get older, that 6-hole that you got most of your hits with is covered because that shortstop was recruited to be faster, right? That third baseman moves more. The left fielder, he comes in. They position themselves better to get better reactions. They got better throws. On goes the story. And again, I'm not saying that this is wrong. And I'm saying at times you do have to hit this. But how come you can't teach guys in a hitter count? We're not talking about this pitch. We're talking about this one. To be able to pull this baseball or do damage with it. You don't necessarily need to pull it, people. Just do damage with it. Drive it over the outfielders. If you have that ability to drive this pitch, why are we putting it deep and just doinking it and becoming a punch and Judy or teaching our guys to just punch and Judy? Do you think at the big league level they're hitting the ball back here? They're not hitting the ball back there. That's not where guys hit the ball. They hit the ball here. This is where they're trying to hit the ball, okay? Granted, will a guy hit a ball back here? Yeah, I mean, but he's not trying to hit the ball back there. If he is, he's not gonna have a job, everybody. He's trying to get this ball out here. This is where he's trying to go with it. Okay, right here. Boom. Put good wood on it and try to get it somewhere out there. Not to where I'm doinking it, but to actually do some damage. And how do I do that? Separation. Separation and spread, okay? Bigger my separation, the better opportunity I have to, again, barrel earlier, barrel longer. Plate coverage, which is why I'm at that level, which is why the coach constantly gives me the bat and puts me in the lineup, which is why, as a pitcher, I go, that swing looks a lot different. That dude's coming at me more. That guy's more dangerous. I got a runner at second base right here. This guy, I'm in a 2-0 count, I'm gonna have some problems. If I have this guy who's short or whatever, I'll be like a little more comfortable and I can get you. Now, are you gonna be able to hit me? Yeah, but we have some more defense along with that at the next level, right? So let me get you on the backside here. I'm gonna put our harness on because a lot of people are like, hey, you know, this is all fine and dandy. Let's actually be real here, right? 3/4 of you are probably like, you're a lunatic, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'll just say, well, you've never been to the big leagues, you've never been on a big league mound, you don't actually listen to the stats, right? The stats are simple. This outside pitch, where are pitchers starting it? Where are they going with a hitter's count? It's outside over 75% of the time. That's where they're going in a hitter's count, okay? But yet, over 80% of the time, everybody, over 80% of the time in a hitter's count, this ball, if it's elevated on the outside, is pulled from second base over. I'm not saying down the line, right? I'm saying it's pulled from second base over, which is barrel dominance. I should say it better. Barrel dominance is what's hitting it, okay? So at some point, you're gonna have to get to that. You're gonna be able to have to impact us pitchers when we're behind and not just hit the ball the other way, okay? Now this is really important for everybody who's disagreeing. One, I just showed you the stats. You can look them up. I just showed you the stats. Stats aren't lying. This ball is being pulled at the pro level 8 out of 10 times in a hitter's count, but yet the pitcher is throwing the ball outside. So what most guys are being taught is to hit this ball the other way, which goes against stats and it goes against what us good pitchers know, which is you've got to be able to handle this and make impact, right? So my harness here is basically if I get too short and I get rotational, it's going to pull my back heel off the ground, which tells me you're doing something wrong, you got a movement breakdown, right? So watch what happens if I prematurely rotate or I get too small here, right? Prematurely rotate, my heel is being pulled pretty hard off the ground and pushing me forward, which tells me don't do that, right? Don't do that, son. Okay, now watch what happens when I get my front foot down and I have good separation, right? Big league power, big league separation. Boom. my heel is easy to put in the ground. Short, boom, it's starting to want to come up, right? The separation aspect of this, the teaching aspect on getting you good separation is big time with this harness, because what it's doing is it's keeping you centered over your back hip or a little forward of that so that you can drive into the pitch, right? If I'm small, I can't drive as much. The way I drive is this way. That's the athletic movement which pulls me up. I get the sensory feedback. Don't do that, right? So get a little longer with the separation, a little bigger. Boom, right here. Now I can sit into those legs. I can drive, stay coiled, have that good separation, and then do damage with that pitch, okay? So again, here we are again, right? We've got our two targets out there. We're just gonna kind of show you how to barrel manipulate. You got good separation right here. I'm gonna be this guy. I got a good good separation. And I'm really on this, and I was really wanting to do damage, and he gave me the fastball, elevated a little. Watch what happens if I've got good separation. Okay? Didn't hit it right, but that's barrel. If I don't have good separation, okay? Don't have it, and I'm right here, I'm cage bomber lifestyle. Off the end. 643, thanks for coming, right? Good separation. Get up on it. You made a mistake. Okay? Man, I stink right now. Let me try to actually get it. I'm gonna put it together for you. That is barrel. It's just on the ground, all right? Here you go. Separate. Not good again. Proves one, that I'm not a hitter. That's why I was a pitcher. But also proves that us hitters, or you hitters, aren't always going to be on time. You're not always going to be perfect. That's why you fail 7 out of 10 times. But again, let's try it. There we are. Got a bat. 3 swings. Got one good one in for you. Okay? Ultimately speaking, there's many ways to swing, many ways to execute, many ways to get to the top. But you should see the consistencies, and the consistencies are this. Big separation, making sure that my top hand and my front foot have good length, so that therefore I've got the ability to move properly, and that matches launch angle, keeps my barrel in the zone longer, and gives me the #1 thing that good hitters have and always work towards, which is plate coverage. Check out our other videos here. We've got a ton of them on our YouTube channel. I'll help you all out. And we've got a full line of products at vilaprobaseball.com.